My people, something happened again in Plateau State. A farmer in Jos was on his farm just looking after his crop. Suddenly, Fulani Herdsmen walk in with their cows, destroying everything he worked for. The man didn't fight, he didn't shout, he only begged them in a gentleman way. Please, move your cows away. Move your cow away from my crops. But instead of peace, what happened? One of the herdsmen raised a cutlass and struck him on the head. Can you imagine? Struck him a cutlass on his head. A man begging politely, yet he was almost killed on his own land. And this story is not just about Plateau. It connects to Benue, to the east, and even the southwest.
Fulani people, when the guy there inside his farm, immediately Fulani people just come. They make him inside the farm and they put their cow inside the farm. We talk to them in polite way. Please, more na pursue una cow inside the farm. The Fulani guy refused. If we talk to them, pursue them now. Una not see what cow they do inside my farm. Pursue them, let them come out inside the farm. They refuse. Before the guy understand, they come up cutlass, knock out for his head. Now we don't carry the guy go hospital now. He's not even talking, blood the rush, everything the rush. You understand? When I say okay, as far as they don't knock him for last for his head, now we don't know whether the boy will survive or will still alive now. He's stay hospital now. Okay, let them call the Fulani people, their elders, let them come and see what their children do. You understand? If something happen like this, we need to get elders. You understand? My age and your own cannot be the same thing. You understand? Before the elders come, they start rushing one guy here again. What is happening again? Now when we get here now to settle the matter, we see soldiers come, they shoot gun. How we go do now? How we go do? They are telling us that we should relax. Why they don't knock for that guy in the hospital now? What are we going to do to that guy? What are they going to do? If that guy not survive, you think that people know they will agree? No. People not agree now.
Sure.
Now if people come gather, see what is happening. Look at it.
I bet you're sorry.
They don't finish that guy. They don't finish his farm now. They don't finish everything now. Now it's still the hospital again.
Sure.
Which is with your own property. You don't feel open your mouth and talk.
Sure.
Please, government should talk about it.
More government, as I don't hear them now, try to do something about this. This is a public issue. We're out here, we are trying to solve some matters, and people are still out there. And we are seeing this, everything is going for them back like that.
Right. Now you have seen it yourself, but here is the truth. This is not just a just story. If this can happen to a farmer in Plateau in broad daylight, what about the villages in Benue? What about the farmers in the east? What about the southwest? Stay with me till the end, because I will break down 10 strong truths that connect Plateau, Benue, the east, the southwest. You will see why this is not just about cows. It is about survival, land, and the future of Nigeria. The Jos attack is a warning. What happened in Jos is more than just an attack on one farmer. It is a warning signal for everybody in Nigeria. The man did not fight. He did not provoke. He simply asked them to move their cows, but his blood was almost spilled for daring to speak on his own land. This show us that the problem is no longer about misunderstanding or accident. It is about power and control. If a farmers in Jos can no longer speak on their land, then who is safe? And if nothing is done, what happened in Redfield will repeat itself in other parts of a plateau, then Benue, then Enugu, then Oyo. That is why this story should shake every Nigeria. It is not just news, it is a red light. Farmers are now prisoners on their own land. Think about this for a moment. A man plants maize, rice, yam. He spends months sweating under the sun, waiting for harvest. But before harvest comes, cows are brought in to destroy everything. When he speaks, he is attacked. This means many farmers are now prisoners on their own land. They cannot complain. They cannot defend. They cannot resist. And this is happening not only in Plateau, but in Benue, Enugu, Ebonyi, Ondo, Oyo, everywhere. Farmers who should be feeding the nation are now afraid of their own farms. If this continues, Nigeria will not only face insecurity, it will also face hunger, because when the people who grow food are running from their own land, who will feed the nation? Benue has been crying for years. Let us not forget Benue. This state is called the food basket of the nation. But for many years now, the farmers there have been crying. They say Fulani Herdsmen invade their lands, burn villages, and kill people. Governor Otom shouted, but many said he was playing politics. Now, we can all see that what he was shouting about is real. The same thing that has been happening in Benue is now happening in Plateau, and what Benue people fear is now spreading to the east and the southwest. This is why every Nigeria should pay attention. Benue has been the voice crying in the wilderness for years, but did Nigeria listen? No. And now the fire is spreading. The east has the same story. In the east, in the southeast, we have heard many similar stories. In Enugu, farmers have been attacked in their farms. In Ebonyi, villages have been burned. In Anambra, some were kidnapped and killed while working on their land. The pattern is the same. Cows enter farmlands. Farmers beg, and instead of peace, blood is shed. What happened in Jos to that man is the same story many Igbo farmers know too well. This is why the East must pay close attention to the Plateau incident. If we remain silent, tomorrow it will be another village. In the East, Plateau is only showing us what is already happening across Nigeria. The Southwest is not safe either. People in the Southwest must not think this is far from them. Remember Igogon in Oyo State, where farmers and villagers were killed in one night. Remember Ondo, where Governor Akeredolu had to ban open grazing because of the killings and kidnappings linked to Herdsmen. The same thing Plateau farmers face in the same thing Yoruba farmers have also faced. Jos is not far away. Today, it is Plateau. Tomorrow, it could be Ekiti, Osun, or Ogun. That is why the Southwest must not close their eyes to this. If Plateau, Bombs, Oyo, and Ondo are not safe, this is not an accident. It looks like a pattern. When you hear the same story from Plateau, from Benue, from Enugu, from Oyo, can you still call it accident? No. It is a pattern. The steps are always the same. Cows enter farms. Farmers complain. Farmer is attacked. Community resist. Soldier arrive. Victims are chased away. This is too organized to be ordinary. It looks like a plan, and the plan is always about land. Once people attack and chase away, the land becomes empty. Slowly, new people take over. This is why Nigerians must open their eyes. What is happening, not natural. It looks carefully designed. Soldiers against farmers. One of the most painful parts of this just story is that after the attack, reports said soldiers started chasing the farmers themselves. Imagine a man is bleeding, another is stabbed, but instead of arresting the attackers, soldiers are chasing the victims. Does that make sense? This is the same complaint people in Benue in the east have been making for years. Security forces often arrive late, and when they come, they focus more on silencing the victims than stopping the killers. If this continues, farmers will lose trust in the government completely. Because how can the people who are supposed to protect you end up chasing you away in your own state? The bigger plan, land grabbing. Let's ask the question openly. Why is it always about land? Why do these attackers always end with farmers being pushed out of their homes? In southern Kaduna, where villages were empty, in Benue, many communities have been abandoned. Now, Plateau farmers are running to. Could it be that the goal is not just grazing cows, but permanent control of land? That is what many Nigerians are beginning to believe. The pattern is clear. Drive farmers away, occupy their lands, and claim ownership. If that is the case, then this is not just a farmer Herdsmen clash. This is a battle for land, identity, and survival. Why the East and Southwest must pay attention? Some people in the East or Southwest may say this is Plateau matters. It doesn't concern us. But let me remind you, when your neighbor's house is on fire and you fold your hands, the fire will soon reach your compound. Plateau story is the same story waiting to happen. Everywhere else, the attackers do not respect geography. They move from north central to Benue, from Benue to the east, from the east to the southwest. That is why every region must pay attention. Plateau is not just Plateau, it is a warning for the east and the southwest too. Unity or division, the choice is yours. At the end of the day, one truth is clear. Plateau, Benue, the east and the southwest all face the same enemy. Farmers are being attacked, lands are being taken, and communities are being silenced. But the tragedy is that each region is crying alone. Plateau cries alone, Benue cries alone, the east cries alone, the southwest cries alone. That is why nothing changed. But imagine if all these regions spoke with one voice. Imagine if they united to say enough is enough. That is when real change will come. The choice is ours. Remain divided and weak, or united and strong. My people, what happened in Jos is not only a Plateau story, it is a Nigeria story. The same knife that cut a farmer's head in Jos has also cut farmers in Benue, in Enugu, in Oyo. If we close our eyes, we will all wake up one day to find our farms, our homes, and our land gone. If you believe this truth must be heard, don't just watch, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let the world know what is happening. Hashtag justice for farmers. Hashtag stop the killings.